starting another. Cause screw you idiots.
Okay. Thanks for trapping me in this.
You'll never leave. Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably read many biological, botanical, and so on books.
Perhaps she wants to become an entomologist?
That's exactly what
All
I
from
think.
staring at the ground.
Link.
Where will you head next?
Lena's words drew me away from the obscure thoughts. We've been standing at the square for some time, and my speculations about bugs' lives. Wasn't that a game, Bugs Life or whatever?
That was a movie
That was a
called
movie.
Bug's Life.
I'm thinking of like ants or something. It was like a racing game. You just ran as ants. It's kind of
Oh.
weird. They're
Ants
only.
was also. There was a movie also called Ants.
Oh, maybe that's just what it was from. It's so bad. I loved it though. And my speculations about the bug life were only an attempt to escape this awkward situation.
Also, if you start...
I remember Bug on a Wire, where you were just running across wires trying to escape the crows.
I have no idea.
Also, he started doing it again where he just went to somewhere, stood still, and thought. Though, why did I see it as awkward?
Just don't forget, alright?
Don't forget what?
Well, tonight, after dinner, at the infirmary.
Her face got a slightly grumpy look to it.
No way, that's impossible. Alright, right after dinner, I'm at your service.
I thought too late. At my words, Lena blushed even harder. I need to find a way to ease the situation.
Why did the nurse ask you to do it?
I don't know. I was just sitting on the bench and reading a book when she came and...
It's smart to ask a reliable person who would never say no. Okay. Well then, after dinner.
Okay. I'll be off then.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, so you should be off now. Goodbye. Yes. She walked off
Yes,
somewhere.
I will be leaving now, yes.
Yes, you shall leave. I do not want to see you now. Thank you. She walked off somewhere beside the clubs, and I just stood at the square for some time.
So what's next?
I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my iPhone.
I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful.
What? Getting your phone, idiot.
Yeah, but it doesn't have service, so you would only be able to check the time with it.
Though having a wristwatch is much easier.
Wristwatches are cool. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used.
Of course. Could there be such a luxury here?
The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area.
I wonder who could that be? Who that could be?
Do we?
I think we should look since, I mean, it's not like evening time yet.
Yeah,
so.
we have nothing to do here, right? So, we should go take a look.
Yeah.
Coming to the stage area, I caught a sight of Eliza on the stage. That's an interesting picture. The girl was giving out. With her eyes closed, she placed one of her legs upon the speaker and was swaying her body with the rhythm of the music. I couldn't recognize the melody, but I was pretty sure that I'd heard it before.
The text box placement for this photo is perfect.
Are her eyes closed?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just her bottom eyelid is all the way up. The top eyelid stayed.
Okay, that's interesting. Probably something from Soviet rock.
I could have named a dozen bands in this genre right off the bat, but I was hardly an expert. The song seemed really simple, literally just a 3-chord progression. Probably even I could have played it, given some time to practice.
I wonder where Eliza got her playing skills.
In the Kukukapa, such music had never been nationally acclaimed. The future rock star wasn't taking any notice of me. It was like she was trying to become one with the music, to resound in every note, in every bar, in every triplet. Rock heroes of the 80s instantly came to my mind. Many of them were devoted to music in similar way.
If she got dressed in something more suitable for that period's fashion instead of her pioneer uniform, no one would notice the difference.
Her performance was coming to an end. Picking out the last couple chords, Eliza finally noticed me.
Did you like it?
She doesn't seem as surprised as I would have expected.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. As if you could do any better.
Smiled Eliza, sly lie.
I'm not saying that I can do it better. I'm not a pro in music or anything. No doubt. Yep.
I didn't know what to tell her next and was heading on my way.
Wait a minute. What? Heard about the evening dance party? I thought it was a ball. Ball, dance party, what's the difference?
She frowned.
Yes, I did, and so what? Are you going to go?
After throwing those words, she turned away.
I'm not sure. And you? What am I gonna do there? Watch a herd of morons?
There's some truth in Eliza's words, but this open disrespect surprised me. It's clear that's not the idea of a ball that she hates.
But why? What do you mean by why? Well, why don't you want to come? Dance parties ought to be fun. Do you really think so?
Annoyance flashed in her voice.
I don't know. But I thought that you would never like them.
She interrupted me.
There's absolutely nothing to do at such parties. I see. So what's your plan then?
I asked just to keep the conversation going.
I'll just carry on practicing. What are you practicing? The song, dumbass! You even heard it!
Eliza had gone totally mad. A few more wrong questions and I'd have to run for my life.
Who wrote that song? I did! So, you wrote it by yourself? By myself. Cool.
An awkward silence hung in the air.
Okay then. Don't you want to listen? Didn't I just hear it? That's not what I meant.
She pouted.
The whole song. It's just a jam for now. Ah, come on, do it then. Not right now. Well, don't do it then.
Thanks. I felt uncertain about what she wanted from me. I'm uncertain where this is going.
Yeah, it's taking twists and turns. It's going all over. You mean you don't want me to play?
Is she bipolar? What is happening?
Seems like I frustrated her.
I got ready for her to smash the guitar on my forehead or something even worse. But there was only an upset expression on Eliza's face.
I want to. I just told you. Come here tonight then. I'll play it for you. For me? How cute. Tonight is the dance party. You said that you wouldn't go. I didn't say that.
Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go, but messing around with was no good
Gotcha.
either. Diva was no good either.
Okay, whatever.
More Overwatch references, yay.
Olga Dmitrievna won't like it. Screw her.
Said
We
Eliza,
want to.
getting steamed up. We can't.
Well, we got that Lena thing.
Yeah, we got the Lena thing.
We gotta choose now. Are we banging this chick, or are we banging Lena?
Hmm.
Do we want passive aggressive bipolar orange or super silent insect studying bookworm purple haired
The
chick?
female productive version of Henry.
Okay. I vote orange hair lady. Not because you just said the thing, because that was always going to be my vote. Okay.
I vote purple hair, but that's just because Henry already has like the voice of the main character, so I feel like if Zach has more lines, then it won't just be Henry talking to him. So,
Plus,
That don't bother me.
I mean, if we end up doing the 2 playthroughs, we can just come back around and bang her later. Is that
Alright, yeah.
like kosher?
yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, it'll probably go well with the winning the tournament part, because that would impress her, because we beat her in the bet.
She'll probably just like prank us or something. Get pranked, idiot.
Yeah, bro.
All of this wasn't really what I'd planned. You know what she's probably gonna do? Probably gonna accuse us of rape.
Mash the guitar and whatever. Oh, screw off. Not that I was really interested myself.
She clucked her disapproval and turned away. I was just wondering if the decision I made was the right one, when suddenly I was interrupted by a ringing, calling the pioneers for lunch. I looked towards the canteen.
I suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharp thorn.
I turned around with an intent to call Eliza to come along, but she looked so cheerless and down.
Aw. Every musician should know when it's time to leave.
I grumbled under my breath.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea.
Who's marching forward in a row? It is our pioneer squad.
Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen in the Sylvian-Nook camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me, like what happened before.
Just so that I can eat in peace.
And for that I have to at least not be the last one to come.
But I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I want it to or not.
The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. Poached eggs. Olga Dmitrievna was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk.
Well, Semyon, were you working hard today?
Hard enough.
Well done. Truly well done. And the hardest is yet to come.
Thanks.
I just bet.
Fine, take a seat next to those girls.
She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slovia, Ulyana, and Lena were already sitting there.
Not bad company.
Except for Ulyana.
At least, not the worst.
I got my meal and went up to them.
Do you mind if I sit here?
I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There were no other free places anyway.
Yeah, of course not.
Please do! Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate of borscht. Borscht? Borscht?
Yeah.
Borscht.
Borscht is good enough.
Borscht. I respected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances are Chicanus domesticus, with fried potatoes and a traditional glass of compote. I found myself liking the local food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no other choice, which means that there's no use in complaining.
You were complaining this morning that the sausage tastes like freaking wires.
It is true. Thank God there's something to eat.
What, is he like biting wires in his spare time to know what that tastes like? I guess I didn't think about it. But why did he even say that? Yeah, this sausage tastes like wires. It's weird.
Maybe it's because the wire looks like a sausage, I guess.
A very
maybe it
thin
was just-
sausage.
Maybe, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, it was electrifying. No one? Okay then.
Coming to the ball tonight?
No, let me read my line. Coming to the ball tonight?
I don't know.
He'll come. He got nowhere to go. Ulyana said happily.
You'll come for sure.
Not a threat.
Of course. I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. She got it right, so I decided not to reply.
And what about you?
I asked Lena.
Yes.
She replied briefly.
See, you should go too then. This feels very similar to how I got invited to prom.
Wait, could we have just gone with Eliza instead of going to the dance, and then that wouldn't have interfered with us banging Lena?
No, I think it probably would have interfered.
Well, we would have had to go and then listen to her song.
But that's at the
So I
dance.
Is it? I thought it was at the stage again.
I
But
mean, we can find out at another.
but Lena's saying that she's going to the ball. Which means after the infirmary, she's going to the ball. What we could have done is after the infirmary, go to the guitar.
It's flipping too late now.
Wait, do you know
Say-
if, like, for this
reverting.
game, does it make you, like, oh, this is gonna sound kind of bad, does it make you choose one and then stick with that? Because I feel like if we went with orange-haired lady, it would just keep, like, building up both their storylines, and then ultimately we would have to choose anyways.
Probably how it would be. I mean, maybe.
Alright.
I don't know.
It beats me.
Maybe this game is very advanced. But then again, Russians made it, so said Slavia as if leaving
Okay,
no
well.
choice. I'm kidding. To all the Russians in the world. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat! Apparently Ulyana was so pleased with her joke that she LOL'd. But I really had nothing to wear. My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which would be inappropriate in the evening.
And what will you be dressed in, entertainer?
See? Grit.
Will it be a little dress just like in a kindergarten's matinee?
See, he even gets it. She's a kindergartner and shouldn't be here.
Matinee.
Matinee.
Ulyana turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her. No, I will wear a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you!
I wonder what kind of infection you're afraid of catching from me.
Enough, you guys, don't quarrel.
Idiocy, of course! Looks like Ulyana was highly pleased with her, as she thought. Brilliant answer again.
You know, if you already have the flu, you can't catch a cold.
Two can play at that game. What are you implying?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
I looked away, a sly lie. Do you mean that? She went red again.
I don't mean anything.
Guys,
Given that it was Lena who interfered, it was probably time to stop. You're asking for it. You're gonna get it.
What, you'll finally wise up?
Instead of replying, Ulyana grabbed her plate filled with borscht and dipped it over my head. This game met an unexpected finally.
Oh, you little...
She jumped up and tried to run away. But this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand.
And now what? I can't just smash her head against the table.
Why not?
sure you can.
Just
I can't just suplex her into the table.
not
That's
nowadays.
not moral.
There's like way too many people around. This pantomime? What is that? I don't know the.
Pantomime. I
I've
don't know.
never seen that word before. I'll Google that later. This pantomime lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, Ulyana skillfully grabbed a glass full of compote and smashed it into my face. That way, she managed to get free of my grip.
Why is she so much taller?
The camera shake!
Whoa! On my head.
She dashed off towards the counter, and I chased her. vigorously.
bleed.
This resulted in several flip tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 pioneers crippled by various injuries.
I started breaking femurs. I'm so pissed
We
off.
severed spinal cords by various injuries and full exhaustion of both parties.
I snapped someone's spine against my knee. Where's the little
Where is she?
a draw, sort of. A belligerent draw. With too much belligerence.
And camera shake. Oh, okay. We stood before each other and breathed heavily.
Tell me you won't behave this way again.
And you? Olga Dmitrievna snuck up on us from behind. When you think about it, such a riot couldn't go unnoticed.
Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? I just kind of imagine that fish guy from SpongeBob. My leg!
Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure that she was about to explode.
And who's gonna clean up all of this mess?
Exactly what happened.
Who am I asking? Who? I'm asking you. Who?
Him! Replied Ulyana with complete confidence.
Her.
I objected less confidently.
Oh.
Both.
The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame is more than hers. Although Ulyana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it! Just beat it. I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay.
A lot of references in that one line.
Yeah. This is his fault. He started it.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yes it is.
I'm not going to sort all of this nonsense. I mean, go grab a mop, a bucket, some cloths, you know, the kind of stuff in the closet. And as for you,
She looked at Ulyana with such a burning gaze that I felt a bit sorry for the girl.
you. Start to pick up that broken tableware immediately.
Olga Dmitrievna took a deep breath and continued.
You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you?
I decided to skip the lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. Suddenly a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why didn't I just run away?
That'll solve it.
Yeah, it's not like, I sleep in the same room as her. It's just whatever. Sure, Olga Dmitrievna has caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, I'm not that true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Ulyana... Anyway, she's the principal culprit.
It's not like I have nothing better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers.
This guy is flipping answers.
I have to stand in the same place for 2 hours while I ponder.
Thinking. The truth is out there, somehow flashed in my mind. I mean, why would we run away? I don't...
I mean,
I'm a
it
little
seems kind of
worried if
petty.
Yeah.
Like,
If we stay and clean up, I feel like it might cut into the Elena time later on. I don't know. It depends how quick the day goes, I guess.
it better
Wow.
not, but I hate the idea of hanging out with Ulyana, but...
Yeah.
I mean, running away is just such a poor idea.
I would
Yeah,
say
it is.
stay home.
Yeah, probably clean up.
Nah, running away is hardly a good idea. For starters, Olga Dmitrievna has got me already, and dashing off would only aggravate my punishment. As well as that, I was indeed partially guilty.
Of course, it was all her fault.
But if I hadn't reacted like that, probably we could have avoided this thrashing.
Probably.
I opened the cabinet and took out a broom, a mop, and a dustbin. Olga Dmitrievna wasn't anywhere near Ulyana by the time I returned.
She's gone?
Can't you see for yourself? Ulyana looked upset. All her youthful spirit vanished without a trace.
Okay, hang on a sec. I'll go wash myself a bit first.
I shot her an angry glance and headed towards the exit. Blink. I washed the scraps of lunch off myself and returned to the canteen.
Well, no escaping it. We have to clean it up. Wait, while we're editing, can I tell you what a pantomime is?
Yes.
An absurdly exaggerated piece of behavior.
Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting.
There's like 2 other ones, but they don't really apply.
Okay.
A ridiculous or confused situation or event.
Very interesting.
Or a theatrical entertainment that involves music, topical jokes, and slapstick comedy.
I don't remember what the
Either one.
conversation was even about with it.
Neither do I.
It's all because of you! Just a single gaze from her gave me the creeps.
Of course it is.
Oh, you just hit her?
Slammed a pan right in your head.
Can't beat her over a table, so I'll just smack her with this pan.
It must be me who's guilty of everything. It's me who's a local natural hazard.
Oh, shut up. Still, it's kind of strange that she's not trying to avoid this cleanup duty. Ulyana had a solid opportunity to just run away and leave me alone, but somehow she did the exact opposite, diligently gathering broken plate fragments, mopping the floor, picking up chairs and tables. In fact, she was so fast that I had a tough time keeping up with her.
Well now, aren't you suddenly acting all goody-goody?
It's not like I want to spend the whole day here, you dork. She still sounded irritated.
Listen, you've got to understand that you can't behave like that. At least not to such an extent.
For some reason, I decided to try and give her a moral lecture. Why is she happy? I haven't done a thing! It was you who was calling me names. Ulyana grabbed a bucket and a mop and went to the farthest corner of the canteen.
Looks like she's still angry.
Looking back at the mountain of broken tableware, I finally began to understand the scope of the catastrophe.
We're lucky that at least the forks and spoons are made of metal. We still have something to eat with. But there are hardly any plates left.
Hey! Ulyana called me with a shout. I went over to her. I don't get it. Why do you hate me so much?
Because we play Teemo.
Because you're a disgusting
You're
Teemo player.
You're toxic.
Her face became so serious that I was ready to believe that it wasn't just yet another trick of hers.
Why do you think so?
Why do you think so? I have no idea. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't hate you. It's
I
just
do.
that sometimes you behave like, well, you know.
As simple as that, but still true. Like what? I have no idea. My voice went right there. She lifted her gaze to me, boiling with curiosity.
Well, for starters, what's the big idea in pouring the gumbutt all over me?
You were asking for it. She smiled for the first time since we started cleaning.
Yeah, sure.
I heaved a deep sigh.
So what do you expect from others then?
Nothing. She replied acidly. This discussion was over, so I just continued cleaning up in silence. Blink. It took us a few hours to fix up the canteen. At last, all the broken tableware was gone. Chairs, a couple hours. Chairs and tables were in their designated places. The floor looked clean.
And everyone's still here.
We were still sitting together when Ulyana next to the food counter, breathing heavily, deservedly resting.
Now you see how much effort has to be put in just because of a silly trick.
But I'm not tired at all. Though the sweat pouring down her face told the opposite story.
Oh well, good for you.
So, what are you gonna do next?
I don't know about you, but I'd rather go.
Nope, that's not all. You have to... She hesitated. To help me with another little thing.
Thinking of another silly prank?
You bet. She was smiling broadly.
I'm not your man here. I'm more than fed up with just one punishment for today.
Okay, here's the deal. If you help me now, there won't be any more pranks. Sure, that was an inviting prospect, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to trust Ulyana, even for a moment.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to ask. So, what is your cunning plan?
We're going to steal the candy.
What?
I should have expected something like that.
Candy is for kids.
Soon the chef will be out to dump the trash. Nobody's gonna see us.
Except the, 100 people in the background. Count me out.
Ah, whatever. She grunted and turned away. Then I'll do it myself.
And I won't allow...
I couldn't even finish the sentence as Ulyana already jumped over the counter, ran to the cabinet and opened the door and started rummaging through it.
Hey, cut that out. It's not like you haven't got enough problems with Olga Dmitrievna.
She didn't reply.
You won't get away with just cleaning duty for something like that.
Ulyana closed the cabinet. She held a huge bag of candy in her hands.
Ah, you little... Put it back.
She stuck her tongue out at me and dashed off through the back door. I couldn't just leave it at that. I darted off in pursuit.
This guy just can't help himself.
Sure, the girl had quite a head start, but I still funneled all my energy into the chase.
I won't lose her again.
We ran
This
through-
time she's getting bashed in.
It's not like he got smashed in the head with it, or, anything like that.
We ran through the square, turned at the music club building,
Please don't go in it.
and came out onto the forest trail. I'd almost caught Ulyana when she stopped abruptly. I couldn't pull it sharply, so I crashed into her, sending us sprawling.
Oh no.
We rolled down onto the grass.
Gotcha.
I gave a victorious shout. No, you didn't, she replied with an ashamed tone. Ulyana was lying under me. Her face was right next to mine. I felt her erratic breathing in the heat of her body.
Oh my god. I can't read this. They'll use it as evidence.
Even admitting it! She's only
Alright,
a
I'll say it. Sure, right now she's only a child, but soon enough she'll become a woman.
Clip that. Clip that right now.
You know, it was pretty embarrassing. You're gonna rape me?
God damn it.
Mother ducker, dude.
Oh my god.
Flippin' too old for this, she said, coming back to her senses.
Okay, alright. So, I wasn't expecting that. You want me to?
Anyway, it was more like a game to her. Sure do. She gave a cunning smile and snorted quietly.
This fucking game.
Or was it just my imagination?
This game's got surprises at every turn. I'm not really in the mood.
Yeah, whatever. Ulyana reached up and bit me on the nose. I wasn't expecting that and even pulled back a little. Just a moment of hesitation was enough for her to wrestle out and run a dozen feet away. Watch it! You're gonna regret this later. She laughed out loud and disappeared into the woods, throwing mushrooms behind her. The candy bag was left lying on the ground near me.
I wonder if she dropped that mushroom on purpose.
It's getting near dinner time, so I had to hurry up and return the candy. And preferably, very preferably, stay under the radar. Of course, I'll explain the situation. It was Ulyana who had stolen them.
But who's gonna believe me?
Olga Dmitrievna was already waiting for me at the entrance to the canteen. And that's what ended.